You know what's wild? The moment you stop waiting for help and start doing the thing, you feel something new. Momentum. It's small at first. You take one step, you make one call, you follow through on one promise. And suddenly that stuck feeling begins to crack open. It's not magic, it's movement. That's what changes you. Most people never experience that because they live their entire lives inside their excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I don't know how. I'll start when things calm down. Let me tell you something, things won't calm down. Life will always be noisy, chaotic, and unfair. Waiting for calm is the fastest way to waste a decade. The people who build extraordinary lives aren't the luckiest. They're the most honest. They're brutally honest about what's holding them back. They don't sugarcoat their excuses. They say, "This is on me. I can't keep doing this." And that moment of truth, that tiny spark of ownership, is the exact second change begins. You can't climb out of a hole while pretending you're not in one. You can't heal while denying that something hurts. You can't grow while blaming everyone else for why you haven't moved. Owning your life isn't punishment. It's power. Because once it's yours, you can change it. When I say no one's coming to save you, I don't mean no one cares. I mean no one can live it for you. People can cheer for you, support you, even walk beside you. But the step, that next scary, shaking step, that's all you. And that's where the growth hides. Think about how many times you've been here before, ready to start, fired up, full of intention, and then nothing. You lose the energy. You wait for someone to motivate you again. You scroll, you compare, you convince yourself you're behind. But listen, nobody starts from the top. The only difference between you and the people doing it is that they started scared and kept going scared. If you want to change your life, you have to stop negotiating with your potential. Stop arguing for your limitations. Every excuse you repeat is another brick in the wall between you and the life you want. And the only person who can tear that wall down is you. You can't build confidence from comfort. Confidence is built from evidence. Proof that you can keep promises to yourself. You don't get that from waiting. You get it from action. So if you feel stuck right now, ask yourself, what promise did I break to myself? Was it the promise to take care of your body? To chase that idea? To walk away from what's toxic? Every broken promise chips away at your self-trust. Every kept one builds it back. Here's the real secret nobody talks about. Success isn't built from giant leaps. It's built from small, boring, consistent choices that stack up over time. Getting up when you don't want to. Showing up when no one's watching. Saying no when it's easier to say yes. That's the grind that no one applauds, but everyone notices when it finally pays off. And you have to stop waiting for someone to notice. The validation will come, but it won't matter by then because you'll already know who you are. The reward isn't applause, it's peace. The quiet confidence of knowing you did what you said you would. You might be in a dark season right now. You might be thinking, how can I fix this? How do I start? Start anywhere. Clean your room. Send the email. Go for a walk. Write one page. Make one call. Because once you start moving, clarity comes. You can't think your way into action. You act your way into clarity. When you start, you'll realize something powerful. No one was supposed to save you. Every struggle was designed to teach you to save yourself. Every heartbreak taught you to listen to your intuition. Every failure taught you resilience. Every delay was preparing your patience. Nothing was wasted. And I know you've been tired. Tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of believing that maybe next time it'll work out. But let me remind you, tired doesn't mean done. It means human. Rest if you must, but don't you dare quit on yourself. Because the moment you quit, you teach yourself that your dreams don't matter. And that's a lie. They do. You can't expect people to invest in a version of you that you keep abandoning. You have to stand by yourself the way you wish someone else would. You have to be the one who keeps showing up, even when it's uncomfortable. If you wait for courage to appear before you act, you'll wait forever. Courage shows up after you take the step, not before. You act first, feel second. You do the thing, then your brain catches up and says, oh, we're actually doing this. You've been living your life waiting for certainty. You want to know it will work before you try. You want to know it's safe before you jump. But life doesn't hand you guarantees. It hands you opportunities disguised as risks. And the cost of never risking anything is everything. So ask yourself, what if I stopped waiting for the perfect moment and just decided to make this one count? What if I stopped expecting someone else to believe in me more than I believe in myself? What if I finally owned every choice, every fear, every mistake, and used it all as fuel? That's the shift. That's where self-respect begins. When you stop begging for permission and start giving it to yourself, you want to know what happens when you do. You start to feel alive again. You stop walking on eggshells around other people's opinions. You stop chasing temporary highs to fill long-term emptiness. You stop trying to be rescued because you finally realize you were never powerless. You just forgot how strong you are. Every person who has built something remarkable has had that one night, sitting alone, realizing no one's coming. And instead of breaking, they built. They decided, If it's on me, then I'm going all in. It's not a one-time decision. You'll have to make it again tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. Every time you fall back into old patterns, you'll have to remind yourself, no one's coming, but that's not a tragedy. That's freedom. Because when it's on you, you don't have to wait. You don't need permission. You don't have to fit into anyone else's timeline. You get to take back your life. No one is coming to save you, and that's the best news you'll ever hear. Because that means you're the one who can. You keep waiting for a sign, for someone to tell you what to do next, for life to throw you a rope and pull you out of the hole you've been sitting in. You keep hoping the right person, the right chance, the right timing will come along and fix it all. But here's the truth most people spend their lives running from. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to swoop in and do the work that only you can do. It's on you. That sounds heavy, I know. It's not the comforting story we all want to believe, the story where help arrives right when we can't take another step. But when you finally stop waiting for rescue and start relying on yourself, that's when everything starts to shift. That's when you start building the kind of life that can't be taken away because it's yours. You've been taught since you were a kid that someone older, wiser, stronger would come along to make things right. Parents fix it. Teachers fix it. Bosses fix it. Partners fix it. And for a while, maybe they did. But now you're grown. Now it's you. And the longer you keep handing your power to someone else, the longer you stay stuck exactly where you are. There's this moment every person hits, that quiet second where you realize no one's watching, no one's checking up on you, no one's going to make sure you get up and try again. It's a scary moment because it strips away the illusion that someone else is steering the wheel, but it's also the most liberating truth you'll ever face. You can rewrite your story. You can decide that today, right now, you take responsibility for everything, the mistakes, the mischances, the pain, all of it. Not because it's your fault, but because it's your life. You can't change what you don't claim. So ask yourself, how long have you been waiting for someone to see your worth before you believe in it yourself? How long have you been waiting for permission to start, to speak up, to dream big, to move on? How many times have you said, I'll do it when things get better, as if the universe is keeping score and will someday hand you the perfect moment? Let me tell you something. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There's only this one. And it's messy. It's uncertain. It's uncomfortable. But it's yours, and if you start using it instead of waiting for the next one, you'll change everything. When you wake up tomorrow morning, no one is going to push you out of bed. No one is going to silence your excuses or make you take that risk. That's on you. And it's not because people don't care. It's because they can't live your life for you. They've got their own fears to face, their own mountains to climb. You might be sitting in a life you didn't choose. Maybe it's a job you hate, a relationship that drains you, or a dream that's still sitting on a shelf collecting dust. But here's what I know, you have the power to change it. Maybe not all at once. Maybe not easily. But it starts with a decision. The decision to stop waiting. You can spend your entire life waiting for clarity, or you can create it. You can wait for courage, or you can build it one small act at a time. You can wait for opportunity, or you can open your mouth, knock on doors, and make it. When you stop outsourcing your happiness, you start reclaiming your strength. You start realizing that you are not broken. You're just scared. Scared to fail, scared to disappoint, scared to be seen trying. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to move anyway. Think of every person you admire, every name you look up to, and think, they made it? Do you think they waited for someone to save them? No. They hit rock bottom. They faced rejection, doubt, criticism, and kept going anyway. They learned that discipline is the most honest form of self-love there is. When you get tired of your own excuses, you start building discipline. Discipline to show up when you don't feel like it. Discipline to make the call, write the plan, learn the skill. Discipline to choose long-term respect over short-term comfort. That's how you save yourself, not in one dramatic act, but in 1,000 quiet choices made every day. Nobody is going to come tell you that you're ready. You decide when you're ready. You decide that you've had enough of your own limitations. You decide to stop letting fear play the lead role in your story. And let me tell you something. The moment you take ownership, people notice. The world starts to shift, not because it suddenly gets easier, but because you get stronger. You start seeing challenges as training. You start understanding that no one owes you belief. You earn it by showing up. You can't keep waiting for someone to tell you that you matter. You already do. You've always mattered. But you can't see that until you start acting like it. You have to become the hero of your own story, not the side character waiting for a rescue that never comes. Maybe life has broken you down. Maybe you've been hurt, betrayed, forgotten. I get it. But the longer you keep replaying the pain, the longer you stay stuck in the same scene. You have to stop waiting for an apology that may never come. You have to stop expecting closure from the same people who tore you open. Healing starts when you stop chasing validation. Growth starts when you stop blaming. Freedom starts when you stop expecting rescue. You don't need saving, you need awakening. Every time you choose to show up for yourself, to get out of bed when you don't want to keep your promise when no one's watching, you're sending yourself a message. I've got me. And that's the most powerful thing you can ever believe. People may walk in and out of your life. Jobs may change. Plans may fall apart. But the one constant through it all is you. You are the foundation. You are the one steering the ship. And if you keep waiting for someone else to grab the wheel, you'll crash into the same wall again and again. So here's your wake up call. No one is coming. There is no backup plan. This is your life. This is your time. You can spend it complaining, comparing, waiting, or you can spend it building. You can make today the day you stop needing rescue and start writing your own rescue story. Because the truth is, when you decide to take full responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop being the victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your reality. You stop waiting for luck and start relying on discipline. You stop hoping for motivation and start trusting habits. You can either spend your days waiting for a miracle, or you can realize that you are one.